Can you imagine what it's like to live in Jungfraujoch? Perched at 3,500 meters above sea level, with freezing temperatures down to minus 30 degrees and extreme wind speeds of up to 260 kilometers per hour. Not many could endure living in such an extreme environment. Today, I'm spending the day with Sonja and Thomas, the custodians who live and work here at the Jungfraujoch Research Station, to get a glimpse into what life is really like at the top of Europe. This is Jungfraujoch like you have never seen before. Many knows it as the bucket list destination, the top of Europe. But today I'm here to show you a completely different side of Jungfraujoch, the one that tourists never sees.
Most people don't realize that there's a research station up here because most of the tourists just come to see the beautiful view up here, but do not realize that there's something special behind the doors.
Welcome to the High Altitude Research Station, where Switzerland runs one of Europe's most important scientific hubs, where experts study the atmosphere, climate change, radiation, and environmental data that impacts the entire continent. It is a living laboratory in one of the harshest environments in Europe, and yet it runs year-round thanks to two custodian couples who live and work up here full-time.
My name is Sonja and I'm custodian of the research station at Jungfraujoch.
My name is Thomas. I'm also the other part of the custodian. We are one of two couples working up here.
The couple, both mountain lovers, met on a Swiss Alpine Club hike in 2015 and fell in love the following year. Yearning for adventure, they quit their jobs and wanted to set out on a long-distance hike named Pacific Crest Trail in USA, but the pandemic hit. That's when they decided to walk from Switzerland to Albania in 5 months with just backpacks and a tent, covering 2,700 kilometers in total. When they returned, they heard about the job opening from a friend. It was so unique that they felt they couldn't pass it up. Since the role required applications to be submitted as a couple, they applied together, and fast forward to today, it has been 4 years since. When asked about what they love about their job, Thomas said,
It's a great place to be up here. It's the highest working place in Europe. Most of the time we are really above the clouds. We can enjoy the beautiful view during our working day, and that makes it really special. But you have to like the mountain, the snow, the ice, because there's nothing green up here, also during summertime. When there is snow, it starts at 6 o'clock in the morning. We have to remove the snow from several platforms to avoid that the instruments are below the snow after a few days, because sometimes we get up to 2 meters of snow during night. And also to remove the snow before the first tourists come. Several tasks, 5 times per day we have to observe the weather. A big task from Meteor Swiss, which collects all the data of the weather situations in Switzerland. And then there are many other tasks to do, like supporting researcher in their measurements.
What makes the Jungfraujoch High Altitude Research Station truly remarkable is its unique combination of altitude and accessibility. As the highest research station in Europe, it is easily accessible by train, a journey that passes through a 7.6 kilometers tunnel, traversing the 𝐒𝐬𝐬 mountains on a cogwheel train. This rare advantage has made it one of the most accessible high altitude research facilities in the world, welcoming hundreds of researchers from Switzerland and abroad. Receiving and looking after researchers is part of Sonja's role. She manages everything from arrivals to daily support, as well as the cleaning and maintenance. The facilities includes 12 beds, allowing researchers to stay overnight and acclimatize to the high altitude, which is not easy. Thomas also highlighted the challenges of high altitude conditions.
Some people suffer also from the altitude sickness, for sure. That's a problem. For us it's not a problem anymore because we are adapted to this altitude, but maybe you feel as well, you feel a bit dizzy because you made a fast access to this altitude. The oxygen content is lower up here and also the pressure, so that makes you feel a bit dizzy sometimes.
Especially so for tourists who just come up here for a few hours, it is important to stay well hydrated and avoid overexerting yourself to minimize the effects of altitude sickness. While Sonja takes care of station operations, Thomas handles the technical aspects.
We also measure aerosols, so particles, pollution in the air. Then we have quite a new instrument measuring the radioactivity to monitor if something happens around the world or in Switzerland. So there are many different measurements up here, but most are related to climate.
Meet Dr. 𝐬𝐨𝐬𝐬, Director of the Jungfraujoch and 𝐬𝐨𝐬𝐬 Research Stations, with a background in atmospheric chemistry and as a professor of isotope biogeoscience at the University of Bern. She gave us an insightful presentation on the research being carried out here at the Jungfraujoch Research Station.
Science has been going on up here for a long time. I'm sure you saw 𝐒𝐰𝐢𝐬𝐬's plans for the railway and the eventual building of the railway up here. And really around this time already science was going on up here. The tradition of science is amazing. Research projects have steadily grown over the last sort of 30 years and now it's pretty stable. Most of these come from Switzerland, about half of them, but also from Germany, Belgium, Singapore. Yay! Jungfraujoch is interesting because mountains are diverse laboratories, and high up in a mountain in central Switzerland we can learn about what's going on glaciers, on forests, lakes, permafrost, agriculture, cities, and also from much further away through long-range transport.
As Dr. Harris explains the concept of long-range transport, it becomes clear that what happens across the world doesn't stay there. Even at this remote altitude, Jungfraujoch has detected traces of major global events, from radioactive fallout after the Chernobyl disaster to ash particles drifting across Europe following the eruption of 𝐻𝐵.
So there are so many interesting projects. We could sit here for 2 hours and look all of them, but I don't think we will. And so, yeah, thank you for listening. I hope you have a nice overview now, and we're happy to answer any questions. I think it's really the intersection of history and nature and the modern world. So we have the historical location, and in some parts of the station you still feel like you're in 1930. And then we have measurement instruments that are the best in the world. But then we are using it all to look at nature. So I find the intersection of these things really special at Jungfraujoch.
We as humans sometimes forget that such a beauty of nature should not be destroyed, and we are really going to this to forget what we have and what we should better preserve.
For me, seeing this place up close was truly eye-opening. Switzerland consistently ranks as one of the world's most innovative countries, and Jungfraujoch embodies that spirit perfectly. While most visitors come for the glacier views and snow-covered landscapes, there's an entire site working quietly in the background, one that protects the environment, supports global climate research, and showcases what sustainable engineering can look like. It's not just a bucket list destination to tick off, it's a living laboratory above the clouds where science, engineering, and nature come together in one of the most extreme and beautiful places in Europe. To all of you watching, I hope this video gave you a deeper look into what really happens up here. And if you ever get the chance to visit Jungfraujoch, I hope you remember the stories, the people, and the purpose behind it all.